Ollie saying, I'm a software engineer interested to hear your take on people selling N8n automations without owning the actual tech stack. Weird approach from my background. Yeah. So N8n is an automation platform. If you are familiar with Zapier or make.com, it's like that. It's a bit more advanced, I would say, and you can self-host. So it's a bit more technical. It also allows more agents. We need to be extremely careful with that term because what is being sold right now are a lot of automations. They are automations, which we've had for years. They're being sold as agents because they have an AI step in them. That's not really what an agent is, but that's another debate. So what's happening right now is people are selling N8n templates. So basically these are pre-made, pre-packaged automations, sometimes agents, which allow you to go into a business and say, hey, you are a car detailing business. You need a way to deal with emails that are coming in, so that when the email lands and it's a request for some kind of car detailing, a series of automations can happen, asking for what they want, set them up with a price. Maybe it runs them through a sales process, and it sends them a text message as a reminder. If they don't follow up, then it calls them, uses a voice agent, blah, blah, blah. You can set up these complicated automations within any business in order to supposedly increase productivity, increase revenue, and increase the bottom line. Now, building automations and building agents for businesses is actually really hard because you need to go in and understand what the business actually needs. And that requires knowing what the business is, which requires knowing how the business creates value, how they get that value to their customers, how they tell their customers about that value and then deliver it, etc., and do that in a profitable way. So that requires more than just an automation. It requires understanding what the business systems are and how they all fit together. It requires things like human interaction. Who's going to be a block? If we come in and put this automation in, is John in accountancy going to throw a fit? How are we going to deal with that? There's so many different layers that just giving somebody an N8n automation is generally insufficient, or at least for anything that's genuinely valuable, it's not enough just to give them an N8n automation. That said, and what Ollie has mentioned, there's a lot of people out there, especially on Instagram, less on TikTok, they're mainly on Instagram, I don't know why, but they are selling N8n automation templates. So in my view, it's become the new dropshipping. It's become the new social media marketing agency. It's become the new kind of get rich quick thing. So I think I can say this here. Ty Lopez actually approached me, or Ty Lopez's team approached me and said, hey, can you come and do an AI automation course for us? And I was like, okay. And I had to look at their sales materials, and it's this kind of stuff. It is selling the dream of building a passive income by selling N8n and automation templates, AI automation to businesses. I respectfully declined. I said, no, this really isn't for me. For this exact reason, Ollie, I think it's the people making the money are one, N8n, and two, the people selling courses, telling people how to sell N8n templates. They're going to make money. Good for them. The people who are buying the N8n templates and then going to businesses and trying to sell them, it's going to be a very busy market, and it's going to be a lot more complicated than they think. So it's being promised as the next kind of passive income way to make money off the AI revolution, but I think it's too good to be true. And when, as you say, they don't have control of the tech stack, that means that if N8n changes things or starts to charge a lot more, then suddenly the people who are selling these templates and providing these automation services will get blown out of the water, basically. So yes, I think the people making the money are the ones selling the courses. N8n itself, great tool, really useful, but it requires a little more work to learn how to use it. And it also requires knowing what the business needs and then building for them. And N8n may or may not be the best tool for the job, but it's more complicated than just downloading a template off Instagram and selling it to a business. That's oversimplifying it. And when something's too good to be true, it generally is.